So we saw that for perfect square trinomials, when we factor it, we can actually solve it by taking square roots. And so our goal with solving by completing the square is to go ahead and create that perfect square trinomial so that we can solve with the square roots at the end. And so really we've done this before in our previous unit when we were converting from standard form to vertex form. We're actually going to go through that same process, but the very end just looks a little bit different since we are solving for x. And so you may recall that we can form a perfect square trinomial from x squared plus bx by adding b over 2 squared. So for example, here my b is 14, and so if I take 14 divided by 2 and square it, well, 14 divided by 2 I get 7, and 7 squared I get 49. And so that would be completing the square. And so then when I factor this, the number that's in right here, the number that I'm squaring, is going to be the number that is in my parentheses. So x squared plus 14x plus 49, when I factor that, that's going to be x plus 7 squared. And that's what our goal is when solving these problems. So to solve by completing this square, we're going to move c to the other side. And so now the equation should look like x squared plus bx equals c. Then we're going to take half of b, square it, and add it to both sides to get x squared plus bx plus b over 2 squared is equal to c plus b over 2 squared. Then we're going to factor the trinomial, and when we factor it, it's going to be our b over 2 that's in there. So like for instance, this would be x plus b over 2 squared is equal to c plus b over 2 squared. Fourth step, we're going to find square roots. And then we'll solve for x. And then we'll see this process in the next video.